Hello everyone, welcome back to more MoteMancer. Yesterday I was in the middle of getting Earth production set up. And I realized after hitting stop recording that there's one thing that I need to do Earth research that isn't earthy. I need grippers. And okay, I have ether lying around, but how am I going to get pedestals? Well, I realized it's not so bad. Pedestals have the same input requirements as slabs. And so, okay, if I cannibalize... This is something that I don't think ever happens in Factorio, where, like, the same recipe makes... The same set of ingredients makes two different things, depending on what building you put it in. I don't think Factorio ever does that I can recall. Because you have to set the recipe on the buildings. Anyway, here you don't. And it turns out that to make pedestals, it's just salt prisms and salt, which are right here. So I can just throw a couple grindstones down, which, by the way, I don't currently own any of. Let's say 4. I don't think I need that many. Because gripper, this is making pedestals. And a gripper needs 1 pedestal, but 2 ether. Yeah, so it needs... So, I mean, this really ought to be... Oh, I actually can't use the reaching grippers because they don't fit. These 3 items every 2 seconds, though, so I do need... I only need 1 reaching gripper in each of those. No, I need more. Oh, whoops. I needed a mana bloom before that. I need 1 here. Does this help me somehow? Yes. Because I can do this, and now there's... Why? Oh my god, it's so framey. What is happening? Is this like a Windows problem? Am I out of RAM? Is it paging a bunch of stuff out? It's not looking good. Doesn't look like a CPU problem. More about memory. I mean, I can close Chrome, but... Oh, it's probably because I'm uploading some videos. The last couple videos are being uploaded right now. Well... It's weird because it was going fine when I first started the recording. Okay, I guess I'm just going to have to pause the recording and get back to this when the game is functional again. Alright, it seems like it's more or less behaving itself now. Rather than just stop doing everything while I was waiting for that, I did... This doesn't look right. I think it's just supposed to... Okay, weird. That graphic... These aren't merging each other, but I guess the graphic is there so it doesn't look ugly when they touch. Anyway, I just built the thing I was trying to build while a second ago. Did that off camera. So I just have a couple of grindstones borrowing the ingredients for slabs to make pedestals. These can't both be saturated at the same time, but whatever. And then 1 Tinker's Table to make grippers out of the pedestals, and again siphoning off some ether from the binding. It's just horrible. But it was expedient. So now I have grippers coming out of here, I have elemental earth, and I have salt prisms. Those are like the only 3 things that you need to do all of the earth research. Except, it would be nice if you had salt. And wouldn't you know it, I do. Because granite is required for this inventory thing. And I guess... no, I guess that's it. So I could mix some salt in at some... Oh, yeah, expansive chest, who cares? But more importantly for this extra inventory. And I happen to have salt lying here, so I can make some granite if I want. And for the earth and water stuff, I built it closer to here, but I think I have enough space to do the earth stuff over this way and then just ship in the crystal prisms, elemental earth, and reaching grippers. So I don't believe I have a stone cutter right now. Which would be this. Which I assume I'll need one of those at some point. At least one, because this makes... Yeah, it makes reaching grippers and earth prisms and granite. So I'm gonna need these. Okay, so let's make a handful of them then. These grippers, I think, can just go right into here. To make my reaching grippers. Which I need the elemental earth. So I think I want like a delta here-ish. So I can plonk this stuff in. Didn't really make space for another mana bloom. I think it's fine. Just do this. Oh, but now it's not part of the root network, is it? So expanding out to here is going to be awkward. You know, okay. Just do that. That didn't do it? Okay, hang on. I'm making a mess, and like I do that a lot, but it would be nice if every so often I didn't. What is this stuff? These are pedestals. I don't need them anymore. Just this far, no further. So there's reaching grippers. That's one of the 3 things I need to ship into the research area. Actually, the reaching grippers could stay. I could do them in an Earth-only research area, right? But I need to ship the Earth prisms to merge with the terrarium. And if I'm shipping the Earth prisms, I may as well... Well, actually, wait a minute. Yeah, I want to ship the elemental earth up there as well, so that I can use it to make bismuth, which I assume there will be some useful things to do with here, as well as for crafting the life mastery thing. Oh, by the way, we unlocked Mana Canopy, I think, while you guys were away, or maybe while I was talking. So we can now build Mana Canopies, and I assume somewhere we have a big pile of mana leaves. I mean, not like a million of them, but some, right? Yeah, like 50. That's nice. I'm a fan. Just, like, give me all of those. And if I... I can't build any mana canopies because I don't have enough leaves. Well, I know where I can find leaves. Although not as many as I might like. That's 5 leaves per canopy. Well, this is not the most efficient or noble use of my time. But let's see how much this scales these. So, like, I have a mana leaf here. It produces, well, 0 power, but I think 20 while the sun is out. If I, poof, that's big. I see. And so they have to be connected. Ooh, this is a layout puzzle that I'm not especially good at layout puzzles, but I have seen some pretty layouts with these. I did not really clock what was happening in them at all. But I assume the challenge is to, like, these are enormous. You know, you want to, like... So how much does this increase it? Well, I guess we don't know, right? During the day we could tell. Once the sun is fully up. I mean, hard to tell, really. I really don't understand what I'm... So the sun is like 1/3 of the way up. And we're generating 1/3 of our power? I mean, I think that a small number of mana leaves and a small number of these things should generate like 1 trillion power. I mean, not 1 trillion, but enough. But I haven't figured out exactly how much. I think, though, since... Okay, we can take one of these by itself. And we know it produces 20 when by itself. So 3 of these, if by themselves, would produce 60 power, right? And it looks like they're going to top out at 120, right? Yeah. So I guess what's happening is each canopy in the network is producing as much mana as each leaf in the network. Yes. So ideally, if you were to, well, I guess there is no ideally. You would have to do some math on like how much you value space and how much the resources cost, but like if someone were charging you per entity that you placed instead of the cost or size of that entity, the ideal way to scale these would be to have an equal number of leaves and canopies. But of course, canopies are much more expensive in space and ingredients. Okay, interesting. And of course it only works during the day, but we can build mana pools someday. And if we ever get around to primordial mana wells, we could build very large mana pools so that we could be completely solar powered and then battery powered at night. Where would I want this? I mean, anywhere, right? But I don't need it now. Uh-oh. Did I run out of leaves? What happened? Total generated 20. Did I empty that patch that was producing all the leaves for my whole base? That would be bad. Or Or did I just accidentally break a root somewhere that I shouldn't have? Oh yeah, the leaves are all gone. Oh no. Well, good thing I just invented solar power. So did we empty the... Yeah, this collector no longer functions. I drained out all the motes of life. Okay, well, good to know. I mean, this couldn't have come at a better time. I need to build a bunch of mana pools as well, I guess. I should automate this, but I haven't. What does it take to make primordial mana wells? I don't know yet. I have a reef crafter somewhere, don't I? I assume that's where those would be built. Maybe I don't. I don't. Needs more ether. Yeah, don't we all? More arboretums, which I guess means I need more elemental life. Hey, both of those things are right here. Okay. Now I can build a reef crafter just so I can see what the cost is for a fancy mana pool. No, that's a brinery. Here. Oh my god. Oh no, I don't need to build reef crafters. These. So it's a bunch of mana pools, basically. Yeah, not a huge surprise, I guess. Mana pools. A bunch of water and pedestals. Yeah. I'm surprised you guys are running at all. No, wait, we're generating power again? Now we're not. I see. When we get leaves, things spark to life for a moment and then they go away. Okay. Well, time to get down some solar power, I guess. Even if I don't have pools to store it yet. Huge, vast, empty spaces right here. Here's a bunch of mana leaves. Where's my canopy? Here it is. So... I mean, I want to build, like, all the canopies I can. You know what, let's go put this somewhere where I don't have to walk back and forth so much. Over here. What was I just going to get? Oh my god, my brain. Mana leaves. Give me all of them. That's a ton. One canopy more should be fine. And actually building up here is fine. So, could we try to do something aesthetic here? Hexagons. I have 6, right? Like, couldn't I build one in each orientation, maybe, and have them... Like, isn't that sort of pretty in a way? Yeah, it's not bad. I can't get into the middle. I've completely blocked myself out. But now... I mean, how do you place all these mana leaves in an attractive way? It's really impossible. Well, is it? So... you can build these little, like, clusters, right? Like that? Just for enjoyment's sake. And then root, like, as little branches coming off of something. I don't know. It's not bad. Yeah. This almost looks nice. It's an interesting looking power plant. You gotta give it that. Yeah, I know you guys are all very sad. It's nighttime, I'm sad too. Oh, I'm out of mana roots. I can't make more. I need more elemental life, I think. Okay, good. This is an experience you should have. I thought that moat field might last forever, but it didn't. Oh, there's a big bag of mana roots. Not here, I think. Yeah. But up at the mall, I should take that. That'll do for now, I think. Short on these guys, too. Oh, I actually emptied the chest. Is there something wrong? Why wasn't this producing... I was just not connected to the chest at all. I must have thrown that away when I decided I didn't want more... Okay, I need a... It's like a truckload of elemental water, please. You happen to have any? Of course not. Well, I guess you guys have some. Inventory is full. I hate you and I hope you die. Okay, this is emergency water, guys. Oh, no, I don't even... These are... You, give me. I know one of these isn't hooked up, but most of them are. Okay. So I can build 11 mana pools now, which is something. And I got 1,000,000 mana roots. Can I build this stuff by hand? I could if I had enough water and life, right? No. You can only craft this in a reef crafter. Must be crafted in. Can be crafted in. Okay, I see. Well, let's put down that reef crafter then. Okay, also let's put down some map pools. This is not much, but it's something. They are on the network now. It won't last very long, I'm sure. Because who knows how fast it discharges, but whatever. But as soon as I can get this on the network, which I could do whenever, I was just like placing stuff. Like that. I don't really want like the middle of this to be the start of my power network. It just seems stupid. So let's connect it like here. And now, yeah, solar power is already 2,900. Less than I was generating with leaf power, but enough to run most of the factory. Or to run as much of it as is usually running. Ah, I'm stuck! Let me out! Okay. And I have still plenty more places to butt off little... Just to confirm, this is all the same network? Yes, good. Okay. I mean, it's kind of... I like building these little flowers. So now solar power is outpacing what I think the leaf power needed. And indeed, it's outpacing production. So during the day, the factory will run off this giant power plant. But not by a lot, right? I do need more power generation. Good news is I have plenty of these leaves. I don't want them to touch. I want them to look like separate flowers. Separate, beautiful flowers. Yeah, and now our solar power is 5,000. We need a lot more because I need to be able to store the leftovers at night. Right? I need to make enough for day and then also a bunch more. But I think the 6 canopies plus, like... all these little guys, like, that ought to do it. This is not far enough away. Okay, this flower is misshapen, sadly. I placed it in a place where I couldn't get a flower that was the right shape. Alright, I mean, that's decent. Enough to keep production going so we can get the ingredients for more mana pools and stuff. Okay, we had to put the earth production on hold. I think at the end of the last video I promised I would get earth tech done this video. You know, circumstances arose which mandated other actions be taken. I don't actually have the materials to make pedestals in here, I don't think. Or the space? Salt, prism, and salt. I mean, I have those in here somewhere. Like, here's salt, and here's salt prisms, but the salt prisms are completely unreliable. I am making pedestals over here, but I need a lot of pedestals. Where's my reef crafter? Actually, let me just slam all these guys down before the sun sets, I guess. I hope to not need these long term, but for the moment this should help a little. Yeah, solar power is winding down. So how fast does this 130,000 drain, I wonder, at night? Pretty fast, I would imagine. I mean, it's still just dusk, right? These are... Why aren't these emptying at all? Oh, because I'm generating more... My leaves are running effectively for some reason? I thought I had run out of leaf modes, more or less. Is it because during the day the solar power was actually working? And I had time to build up a backlog of leaves? A buffer of leaves? Not really. Oh yeah, I did, look. These guys actually have leaves in their pockets. Whereas before they were starving. So I guess it's using these in preference to my stored power? I could see that being right or wrong. At the moment it feels wrong. Right? Is it? I don't know. No, I guess it should be using these. Because these, if they're not being used, they drain 10% of the power that would be produced via leaves, right? I mean, I guess it depends. If I have enough power stored that I could make it through the night without needing this stuff at all, then it would be better not to use this, right? And I don't know whether that's true, and these machines don't know whether it's true either. I assume it's not true. But it looks like I didn't actually need the mana pools at the moment because, well, I guess we can't say, I don't know how long night is going to be, but it looks like we're going to do okay. The extra solar power during the day let these build up a buffer of leaves that they were not burning or were burning very slowly, so that at night, they're sort of pooling stored mana as leaves, as in the stored mana in the pools is not necessary. Okay, good to know. So I'm not at immediate risk of economic collapse because I got those mana roots down, or mana leaves down in time. Well, sort of. I mean, the factory did collapse, but it was at a time when I was able to produce more mana leaves, or when I had some just lying around in a box. This flower looks janky. It's oriented wrong. Oh well. Could I? Oh. Yeah, something's wrong with this flower. I didn't do that one right. Oh my god, mana canopies. Yeah, just build 6 more of those. I mean, that can't... that ought to keep me going. I could eat for days, right? I guess there's something to be said for spreading it out in anticipation of entropy someday, maybe? Like, I don't want all of my life power to get sucked dry at the same time. It's all on the same network? I guess I don't know how that works. Like, if a rift appeared that was right, like, on this one node, would that mean you can't transfer power through that node? How does that work? Or only the buildings on that node wouldn't, in that area wouldn't work? I don't know. I'll just put it up here, I guess. You know, this is not a meaningful thing, but I kind of like just having this little art. It's not the most beautiful... It might be the most beautiful thing I've made in this game. It's not the most beautiful thing anyone's ever made, but it might be the prettiest thing I've made. And I want it to have its own little canvas. So these other canopies that I'm plonking down just to scale stuff, without any more... Without, at the moment anyway, having any... Like here? Without having, at the moment, any more... mana leaves attached to them. I want this separate, cordoned off. Look at that. Look up here. When I place a mana root, this flickers. Very weird. I mean, I could submit a bug, but I don't want to interrupt myself. Yeah, so now we're producing 13,000 power, way more than I've ever used. And hopefully the leaf power will keep me going at night, for the moment anyway, because there is still some leaf power, but eventually that will run dry too. In the meantime, I want to get mana pools going, so somewhere I have a reef crafter. So let's say I didn't even set this up to be properly part of the automation network. What if I did the reef crafting by hand, just to get a few primordial mana wells? Right? I could plop in... Oh, I don't have these right. I don't know about these. I have to research it. Right, I would need 300 coralite, which is kind of a nuisance to do by hand, to say the least. Yeah, a bunch of water and life. Well, this I do have in the research lab area, right? I can build coralite somehow. Yeah, here's elemental water, here's elemental life. I mean, that seems pretty cool, right? It's going to cut back on my production of other stuff, but nothing else seems urgent. It's going to make them all a mess. Guess what? It's already a mess, so I'll see you and I'll raise you, I guess. This actually looks like it wants to be like this. Why does this look like it's sticking out? This should be a smooth bend, right? Like, it should look like this. Is it because this is sticking in that it can't? I don't understand what's going on there. Why is this sticking out? So the thing is, I do still want to make sure I make room for bismuth. Right? But that's not so hard, I think. I can have life in the middle, water above, and earth below. Reef Crafter is where I do this, right? Okay, if I'm not doing this by hand, I may as well take this and move it. Reef Crafter is so huge. So this is where I'm making coralite, which I'm A, feeding into the research pile, and also B, making mana pools out of. I don't have mana pools automated either. Those require pedestals. I guess I could ship in from here if I wanted to make things even uglier. So, sure, that's a Reef Crafter. Knock yourself out. Oh, actually, this maybe doesn't have to be a delta at all. All right. Oh, I already have the elemental life thing coming out here. So thing one is to pop these into the, need more pedestals. One pedestal, you got it. Pop this into here. There. And I'll make a chest for them as well. Oh, this is the wrong... It's not pulling from anywhere. So this isn't exactly like maximized throughput or anything, but we're getting coralite research for primordial mana pools. It's gonna be a little bit tricky to get the earth crystals in there now. Earth prisms, but I believe it's doable. And then I separately want another Reef Crafter, which is here, to turn that coralite into primordial mana wells. Although, first I need just mana pools, which are also made in a Reef Crafter. Oh my god, this wants so much shit. Wait, am I wrong? They're not made... They are made in a Streamweaver? No. Where? Mana pool made in a Wavewright. I should have known, of course, a Wavewright. So many names for different production buildings. I get that it makes sense, right? You know, there's a reason. The developer didn't just make 15 different, you know, production buildings for no reason. They're like, you know, the basic life one, the advanced life one, and then there's like, oh, the life and water one, right? Like, there's reasons for this, but you do gotta know the names of a lot of things and build a lot of different buildings. I think another reason for it is that they're all different shapes, which, like, helps with making the puzzle of building stuff more interesting, right? So this could make mana pools out of elemental water, which, I mean, is right here. I don't know why this is going so far down. Hopefully there wasn't a good reason. I bet this wants a million of these, yeah. But, I mean, I don't need to make mana... Well, I do want to make mana pools quickly, because I want to research the stuff up here, right? Something up here wants mana pools. You. But I don't care about any of this. But it would be a shame to automate it and then not be able to study it, right? So I guess it would go up here. I don't need mana pools for any of the combined stuff. So it just needs to go in the water research area, which I can do easily enough. Oh, wait. This... No, this isn't right. This has to be another reef crafter that would be fed coralite. And that also needs to be fed mana pools. This is so complicated. Everything is so big. I appreciate that, but it certainly means that, like, I'm planting spaghetti, I guess. So we are now researching primordial mana wells. Yes, okay, good. I think we could be researching... No, we're not Yeah, we could be researching Verdant Stream as well, right? There's life crystals sitting right here, but it happened to choose the other order to do things in for whatever reason, which is fine with me. That's what I wanted. So this could take coralite and also mana pools. And build primordial mana wells. And it also needs mana leaves, which are over here. So I'd have to send them up this way. I mean, what a mess. But it seems like it might not be urgent. Let's try to get that earth stuff going again. Here's my reaching grippers. I have elemental earth. The only other thing I need is earth prisms, which are right here. Which I think also need to be built in a stone cutter. Yeah, that's why I built several of them. Good. I mean, I'm not going to pretend that I'm ever building more than one of these. I guess. So this will take prisms. It won't ignore the salt. Oh. I actually have to be careful here. Because it would make granite... If I gave it salt and elemental earth and salt prisms, it could choose which of these to make. And I don't want that. Okay, fine. You are cancelled. Take that. I mean, we could probably do this with a streamway merged with the elemental earth from here. There's no real need, though. The elemental earth is actually already... I'm out of... Okay, well, but they're right here. I know where to find slabs. Thanks for all the slabs. So long and thanks for all the slabs. Not the most successful book. Okay, this is not... I did not think about power when placing that thing. This makes things just miles easier. So here come earth prisms. There's my reaching grippers. Okay, locked, please. And there's my earth prism. So this is everything we're shipping up into that area. I could do just Earth-specific research right here, couldn't I? Is there some reason why that's a bad idea? Could make some granite, too, and yeah, while I'm at it, right? Yeah, I think I should have an Earth-specific research area here. Oh, I already had an altar. Okay. Pedestals, I don't think I have very many of, but it's impossible to know, so I'll just build some and try to find them in my inventory. Okay, I had a few. Oh, what's granite? Granite is... Of course, granite is elemental earth and salt. The reason I couldn't use this line. Where's my salt? Over here. The elemental earth is awkwardly placed at the moment. It's a little bit indisposed, you might say. one more of these, I guess. Let's make sure it's rooted. Oh, this didn't actually get rooted. I placed it in the wrong spot. Should have been here. Okay, there we go. So, getting salt into this. What am I doing? Wrong button. Q. Not terribly hard. There's salt. Elemental earth. I mean, it's right there. How hard can it be? Let's just grab it with a gripper, right? It's not the most elegant solution, but sometimes elegance is not what is called for. Sometimes you want a big hammer. Oh, let's do that so I can use a reaching gripper. Cool, there's my granite. I guess I should move the pedestal to here. Just an ordinary gripper here ought to do. A reaching gripper. Here. I know, it's not powered. So the last thing I need in here, I have granite. Do I need elemental earth? I do, right? Yes. So that's this. Okay, let's say all of these continue on in their great journey. And this just gets deltaed. That solves the problem. Not elegantly, but they don't pay me for elegance. Okay, let's just root it up then. No, that can't be right. It's just this guy here who's annoying. I didn't really make space for him. Yeah, I guess I'm just gonna have to run roots anyway, so. Okay, Earth research has commenced. Something looks missing. Oh no, the granite pedestal's over here. I was like, I only see 3 pedestals. Yes, on this side of the screen there's more. So that's gonna get me what? This? Yeah. What I want is terrarium next, I think. How are you guys doing? Still full. Alright. I hope you're helpful someday. Oh man, I've built I've built so much here that like I'm now in water territory. Oh no. That's probably fine. But I need all these ingredients to turn. I was so zoomed in, I didn't see what was happening up there. So I only need to ship the elemental life, earth, and the earth prisms over there, I think. Assuming it's the same as water, I'll need, like, earth prisms to research, and I'll need elemental earth to build the bismuth. So... Yeah, this went too far north. As usual, I thought I had plenty of space in this area, and I turned out not to have enough. I mean, it's fine, I can do it, but... Like, now there's not really space to build the mana pools, right? That I want here. And certainly not space to build, like, the earth equivalents of this, whatever it's going to be. I have no idea what I'm getting in Terrarium Town. These reaching grippers can basically stop existing. Right? I don't even know why I'm shipping them any further than here. Which I think means I can just barely sneak the earth crystals in here without disrupting the elemental earth. So, I mean, how bad can this be? Just... Right? It can't be that bad, surely. I want it right here. Yeah, so now it wants to research multiple things for me, which is fine. I mean, it would be more efficient to build separate altars for these things, but, like, get a life. That's not happening. Okay. And the elemental earth is going to need to get in there someday. But for now, I want my wave right, which that's a stream weaver. That's a wave right. I want it like here, I think. So I can make the belts further underground. Although, oh jeez. I can do this. Can I fit a mana bloom in here? I can if I use more undergrounds. But now it's really hard to get mana leaves in there, isn't it? What a mess. I love it. Okay, so we're gonna put the mana pools in there. Mana pools require pedestals, which are... I have some over here. Okay, yeah. And that's like all they need. Well, they need elemental water, which... Oh, okay, so I don't have to get any earth stuff into this, only into this. So there's elemental water going in here. I'm just going to grab these pedestals. I'm not going to try to figure out how to ship more salt into there. Actually, yeah, I think that is correct. That is what I will do. Is it good? No. But I haven't built this factory on principles of sound engineering, I think it's fair to say. Yeah, that'll do, I guess. Just embrace the spaghetti. Oh, I'm in locked mode. Spaghetti's never hurt anybody. You don't have power, even with a mana bloom right there. Huh? Well, this guy's got roots, so I'll just connect you like that. And now, mana pools, right? Mana pools? Mana pools. Which means this just needs mana leaves to start making primordial mana wells. Plus I have to finish the research, of course. Mana leaves come out of this building. Does that not work? Are you... What did I do? What used to be there? Oh, this is going the other way. That's what's wrong. There we go. Is there power in this area, by the way? Can I do this? No. But you're surely rooted, so there you go. Power abounds. And, I mean, there might even be space someday. Oops. To do some Earth life combo stuff in this area, right? Oh, right. It hasn't built anything because the research isn't finished. Got it. How are things looking at night, by the way? Still good? Yeah. Ooh, consumption is almost at pace with generation, which means it should have to dip into power stored if we go much higher. And then I would find out the discharge rate, but... Okay, this is getting done. This is the episode that I promised we would start doing some Earth tech, wasn't it? And then in the middle I got interrupted by a power outage and said, oh, might not be able to. I don't know, maybe that was last episode. Right, this needs tidal collectors, which I have access to, but haven't built any. This needs mana pools, right, but I decided this stuff is just, I don't really care that much. I'm sure it would be nice to have reach, and mana capacity is whatever, I think. Inundate will matter more when I'm on another plane, but it's just not something I'm urgently in need of. Is my central research thing getting elemental life? It's not, but it would be easy to add. I guess I should, then. I can't do anything with it right now, but when I want to do life mastery, once I have the core light into bismuth, I'll need that. Doing this all at one altar is not... Well, I'm two. I'm using this altar down here for the life or earth mastery stuff. Or earth... The stuff past Earth Adept, I guess. Yeah, well... let's also make a chest... Where are my chests? Here. For mana pools. Because I assume I'll want a lot of those in places where I can't place primordial mana wells, right? And actually, even... Yeah, I need these anyway, because the primordial mana wells scale with the number of mana pools you have. So I need a bunch of both. In the same way, well... I need a bunch of mana pools and a handful of mana wells, in the same way that I needed a bunch of mana leaves and a handful of canopies. Yeah, sort of unsurprisingly, we don't have that many prisms getting through. Because we're actually... Why, actually? Just because it takes a bunch of prisms to do something? It looks like the prisms are backed up. I could speed things up by just adding more grippers. Okay, they're no longer backed up. Maybe they weren't already. Well, it's all very ad hoc and messy. But in some ways, it is getting the job done. This chest is so hidden. I'll never know this is there. Really, I should be outputting from this into a chest and from the chest into this. But I don't think it makes much difference. Terrarium's going, excavator's going, primordial mana well's going. You know what? I'll just call an end to the episode, and I'll let this finish researching off camera, and then we can explore what comes next. I've forgotten my outro. Do I say hope you enjoyed? Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching. I don't know. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.